The weekend is here again, and you are welcome to Chat Circle right here on ADVN TV. My name is M.I Abaga, and of course, we have a whole lot for you. But before I actually introduce our conversations and some of the new trends and what is happening, baby girl, talk.
Hi everyone, I'm Treasure.
Hi everyone, I'm Treasure.
Today, no one to introduce me. Hello everybody, my name is Treasure.
Yeah, whatever. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. How is October treating you so far?
I kind of love it. It's sweet. It's everything I've been waiting for. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So this week, let's just say we won't call it controversial. We'll just call it an interesting week.
Yes, of course.
And there's a lot of stories that I don't know which of them is actually taking your attention, and which of them you can't really start talking about.
I would love to talk about the viral video of Phyna fighting with another lady. It kind of felt like, what's this? I was so disappointed.
I had a feeling you wanted to really talk about it. But we are going to have a conversation on it. So let's go straight to our social media strength. Okay. And then, of course, we've got a whole lot to on our main segment, which we're going to be introducing to you. But before that, social media trends for now. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, so first story we are looking at: ex-convict arrested for allegedly beating girlfriend to death over 100,000 naira loan in Ondo State. So the Ondo State Police Command has arrested a 37-year-old man who happens to be Omo Kinwa, yeah, exactly, for allegedly beating his girlfriend Joy Jumo to death in a local government area. Now, according to the police spokesperson, DSP Ayalade, now he actually said the incident actually occurred earlier this week after the victim reportedly demanded a repayment of 100,000 naira loan she had given to the suspect. Now, during the heated argument, Ademola actually allegedly became violent and assaulted her repeatedly until she lost consciousness. Now, Joy was actually rushed to the hospital but was pronounced dead by medical personnel. The suspect has since been arrested and her body deposited for autopsy. Now, the commissioner of police also, according to Adebowale, he also commended the act, reaffirming the command's commitment to justice and also warning that domestic violence and brutality would not be tolerated. So the case has also been transferred to the State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department for further investigation. And this is really sad. First of all, ex-convicts.
Yes.
That means you just came out from jail and you decided that, you know what, I still love the jail. I need to go back again, you understand? And somebody loans you money and she's asking for it. Is that enough reason to assault her?
I mean, see, Nana, I just feel like, you know, there's some people say, I have anger issues, don't try. There are people that say it, and they're very proud to say, I have anger issues, don't try me, I cannot control my anger and the rest. And they kind of feel very, very comfortable with it. You understand? At the end of the day, right, at the end of the day, it actually results to this kind of thing. You get, if you cannot learn to control your anger, you get controlling, try to manage it. At the end of the day, you just end up being like this. I cannot understand why. First of all, I cannot blame the girl. Sorry, I cannot blame the girl because this man is an ex-convict. I mean, I'll just say this, right? Get to understand who you associate with. You understand? Know the people that you engage with. Understand them. You don't engage with everybody. You don't communicate with everybody. You can actually talk to this person, but going to the extent of having this person as your boyfriend, and at the end of the day, you knowing that he's an ex-convict, and also because I will not believe that he has never portrayed any form of anger and maybe an attribute of someone that has anger issues. He has never portrayed that. I will not say that. I will actually believe that he has been doing it. So I feel like that lady would have maybe understood who this man is and try to manage situations or try to know how to engage with him. You understand? So that's just what I would say.
Okay, so with this story, right, for me, I feel like people will go to jail and they come out. Most of them are really broken. And they really need, like, it's more or less like your mental health and everything is is processing because you've been in jail for a very long time. You come out to reality and life and everything, you understand? So for me, I feel like this is somebody who is already having a whole lot of breakdown and at that moment they're not stable. Coming out of an environment where you have to fight to survive, that's jail, you understand? It's like everything anybody does, your person is attacking. So already this person is having a whole lot of question mark around him. And that's why I'm saying that in as much as he was assaulted by continuously, the thing is, like, in his conscience, he doesn't even know, how do you call it? He doesn't know that was like, you have to stop at that moment. He was still doing it for her, and then she ended up dying. So it's so sad that somebody would just wake up and say, I just came out from jail, but then I want to go back again, and it's all that. And I think he deserves it. It's really sad. It's just 100,000 naira. And you could have just said, oh no, or something like that. The most
annoying thing is that people forget that there's a difference between a male and a female. You know, the way that you maybe fight with your fellow man is not the way you do it with a female, right? So I don't know. Even know. These people. All
right, moving on to another story. M.I Abaga actually said, according to he said, I'd rather raise my kids in Nigeria for the family and also community bond. So Nigerian rapper and music executive M.I Abaga has shared that he would prefer to raise his future children in Nigeria due to the nation's strong sense of family and community. Now, in a recent interview, he explained in the communal, lifestyle in Nigerian offers valuable support for parents. He also said, unlike in the Western countries where people often face the challenges of long work hours, limited family assistance, he also noted that Nigeria provides a solid foundation for children to learn their roots and culture before gaining exposure abroad, emphasizing that the country's close-knit culture is one of its greatest strengths. So, first of all, this is his opinion. Yes. Nobody can take it out of him. This is how he wants to train and build his family. But the part where he said he feels like the Western world, they don't have time for their children, yada, 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 those kind of stuff. But for me, I feel like it's not a Western world thing. It's an individual thing. We still do have people in Nigeria or in Africa who basically worked, back to back. And they leave their children for nannies and the rest. Yeah, we still have people who are also in Nigeria who basically don't even teach their children their roots. Some kids or some people cannot even speak their languages. They don't even know where they've been or where they are going to. They've not. So I feel like it's an individual choice. It's not really about Nigeria or maybe Western world. Even people in the West, we have people in the Western world who their parents are teaching them their roots. They are speaking the Igbo, they are speaking the Yoruba, they are speaking the other languages, and they are even making them eat their food and everything. Yeah. So for me, in as much as he's totally right, and it's his opinion, but I don't think it's a Western thing. I think it's an individual character. It's your choice of how you want to train your family and what you want to expose them to.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'll just say this, right? If you train your child where you are, it's going to help that child, especially when they are surrounded by their aunties, uncles, and all the rest. It's going to make them, their extended family are going to play a part in their lives.
I think that's an angle he was coming from.
And also, I want to say this, you know that whenever you allow your child to be far away from you, that child I'm not saying they will they can actually become a nuisance in the society. They can actually act unruly and all the rest. So it's just good to wherever you are, you make sure that your child is around you, and not just around you, just like you said, right? Not just around you. You train your child, you teach them. You don't just allow them, okay, my child is around me, you just learn like that. No. Some parents actually abandon their children, even when they are living with them. They don't listen to them. They don't even want, and they just push them away. You get, and those kind of children that feel like my mom or my dad doesn't love me or something. Yeah. So
I think at the end of the day, all that he's saying is he just wants to make sure he's present in his children's life, and he's making sure that Nigeria is present in their life and you know what's going on. All right. So another story here, Alibaba, according to he said, polygamy can promote stability and has cultural value. His own opinion. Don't be angry. So, veteran comedian and actor Alibaba has expressed support for polygamy, saying the practice can serve both practical and also cultural purposes. In an interview with Nedu, he actually explained that having multiple wives can sometimes reduce tension and promote cooperation among spouses. This is the first time I'm hearing this part of it. Citing examples from traditional Ibadan, he also noted that some women even encourage their husbands to take additional wives to prevent infidelity. Alibaba actually added that polygamy also emerged out of necessity in some families, such as when a widow woman has, had cared for by her late husband's relatives. While acknowledging its controversy, he also argued that polygamy actually remains irrelevant to certain culture and social context. It's nothing that many who criticize it still engage in similar practice privately. So, polygamy, I could say it's a choice. Sometimes it doesn't end up being a choice.
Okay.
Some religions allow it. Culturally, it's allowed, you understand? Homely, when you bring it to your home, it's a choice, one, and two, sometimes pressure and certain reasons makes just like he says, some wives tell their husbands to because they feel. But for me, I see it as insecurity. Why would I even encourage my husband that, babe, you are cheating, or do you know what? Don't worry, go for another wife. He goes for another wife and he still wants to cheat. Babe, don't worry, go for another wife. He still wants to cheat. So how is that supposed to bring peace? Secondly, some people allow it because maybe probably the woman is like, she can't have kids.
Okay.
You understand? So she wants another woman to come. So instead of her husband leaving her, she'll be the first wife, and now woman come and have a child. See, there was a time somebody was having a conversation with me. I feel like life is very simple, right?
Okay.
Somebody had a conversation with me. He was asking my opinion. He was like, okay, so Nana, what if I want to get married to you? You're going to be the first wife. But then for me, I've always wanted to experience. This is somebody who wants to experience. Okay. It's not like he's doing it. Like he just, because he has heard about it, forefathers and everything. So he wants to experience, okay, how does it feel to be in a polygamous home? You understand? Now, this person is now saying that, I want to have another wife. See, I feel like it's very simple. It's either you say yes or you say no. But if it's something you are against it. Now, he's saying that it brings peace. There are some people that are actually married to 2 or 3 wives. There's peace in their home. And there are some people to what? There's no peace in their home.
Let me just say this, right? He talked about infidelity, that it helps to prevent infidelity. Now, let's look at what infidelity actually means, right? Infidelity means being unfaithful in maybe a marital relationship or a romantic relationship. And it's also when maybe someone who is committed to one partner, right, goes out to have a physical or involves physically with another person, right? So that is infidelity. So tell me how bringing another woman to your house,
it's legal infidelity. It's legal.
Because I told this. So let's not forget this, right? In the past, I understand people engaged in polygamy just because maybe they wanted to protect the widows, right? They'll marry their brother's wife just to protect them and care for their children. Another one was social status and also wealth. When you have a lot of wives, right, it shows how big, how influential you are. And another reason could also be maybe because of religious and cultural acceptance. But let's not forget that in the past, women did not have a voice. They could not talk for themselves, right? Now, don't be sorry.
No, go ahead.
Now, women are actually educated now. They have a voice. And let's not also forget that now marriage, this is the modern times, right? Marriage is all about emotional connection, right? People marry for love, companionship, and a whole lot of them. You're talking
about women having voices.
Okay.
Most of this marriage, some of the women are the ones who promote it, who tell their husbands.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that there are some women, it's their own choice. It's a personal choice. But for women like myself, right?
That's you are against it.
Doesn't like it. Yeah, I would. It's so some of them are. It's their own personal choice. Some of them promote it, so it's their own, right?
That's why I'm saying that I feel like at the end of the day, it's a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice.
Some of us grew up in polygamous home, and some people have their fair share of what polygamous home looks like. Some people have their fair share of what polygamous marriage is actually all about.
But do you know that?
Understand? So I feel like at the end of the day, it's a choice. These are conversations. See, I'm still going to say this again. The world is so informative right now that you can't live under the rock and say you don't know what's happening. Twitter, X Space is a place right now where there's so many forbidden questions or conversations that we all never thought that we're going to have at some point in our lives. It's okay for you to, I think the era where you go out with somebody for the first time, you both go on dinner and you're like, what's your favorite color? What do you like wearing? What's your different, you understand? I can actually go on a first date with you and I want to know what's your opinion on polygamy. Do you see yourself doing that at some point in your life? What's your point on me giving birth to a girl first? Would you have an issue, or you have, you understand? What's your point if maybe babies don't come, if children don't come at some point? Are you opening up for surrogacy? Are you doing this? You understand? These are conversations people, these are conversations people are supposed to be having. You understand? So for me, as I said, these are choices. Maybe in the middle of your marriage, it happened. If you, let's say I don't want to mention religion, but if you marry some particular religion and you knew that these things are actually allowed, it happens. One of the chances are that it's going to happen at some point. You knew about it. I don't think it's something for you to complain about. You understand? Now, just as you said, he also said about the fact that it has a way of controlling infidelity, making sure the man doesn't go outside. Now, this is my question. If I allow him to take another woman, he now sees another woman with a very beautiful body. you go, you keep going. That is who he is.
Yes.
That is who he can even marry. He can be with Solomon. He will still continue for the rest of his life. But at the end of the day, you are married. You should know what you are going into. And if a man says he wants to be polygamous and you are aware of it, you should be. I don't think it's something anybody's supposed to complain about.
Nana, see, let me just differ a little, right? Why I said that marriage is about emotional connection is that now there's some women that marry, like when they get connected to a particular person, they get to marry that person. And then let me just say this, right? Now, those kind of women who support monogamy, right? When you bring another woman into the family, they feel disrespected. You understand? They feel like you're not giving them the honor that they actually deserve. And do you know that there are sometimes in maybe while they are dating or something, there's sometimes that they don't actually talk about this. And when they talk about it, the man will say, no, I actually subscribe to polygamy. And in between the marriage, the man brings another woman into
he said he subscribes to polygamy.
Yeah, sorry, monogamy, sorry. There are some men that actually say they subscribe to monogamy. They will tell you, okay, I subscribe to monogamy. I will not want another woman to come in between us. But at the end of the day, they do it because they feel like, okay, maybe because of pressure from friends and all the rest.
On it, but at the end of the day, as I said, it's people's choices, and this is his choice. He said it's something he wants to do. Probably he might have discussed with his wife, and it's something they want to do in future or something like that. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to people who actually, and I said, some of us grew up in polygamous, and we all know how it is and everything. And sometimes you wouldn't even want your children or anybody in your life to actually go through that. But sometimes too, some of us who grew up in the ones that were so homely and so perfect and so good. So there's advantage and disadvantage. It's luck. I don't know how to put it. Some people are in the ones that are fighting every day. Some people are in the ones that they are so peaceful, and then the stepmom is amazing and everything. So shout out to everybody. Like, it's your choice, you understand? Yeah. Anyway, so I have another one. This particular story right here was actually trending, and a lot of people were really sharing their views. So a Nigerian man says that he felt unappreciated after his wife gave birth. Internet is actually I think the internet is actually crazy right now. So we're going to show the video. There was a part in the video where he said, when I gave birth to my daughter. I was like, dude, when did you give birth to your daughter? You understand? So a Nigerian man has stirred controversy after sharing on a podcast that he felt unseen and sidelined when his wife gave birth. Now explaining that all the attention was focused on him and the newborn, while no one asked how he was coping. So the video quickly went viral, sparking mixed reactions online, while some viewers sympathized with him, saying many fathers feel emotionally unlooked during childbirth and deserve support too. Others also criticized his comments as insensitive, arguing that the mother and baby naturally deserve the spotlight during such a physically and emotionally demanding time. Now, the debate actually continues to dive into divide opinions about whether society pays enough attention to fathers' mental and emotional well-being after childbirth.
I'm not sorry to say this, like when there's pregnancy and all that, everybody focuses the attention to the mother. I'm not saying no. They deserve it. It's like, that's a whole lot of job. But in the old time, nobody pays attention to the guy. It's as crazy as the day I had my son. I did not sleep for like 12 hours. I had my son, everybody was happy and all that. So I have not slept. I have not eaten because I rushed down from somewhere to take her to the hospital to stay with her. My sister was there with me. She was the only one there with me, but I was talking with my friend, my cousin, Ofure, and we were. So nobody really asked me, guy, how are you? I did like, I think 24, 48 hours. My brother would see this and he would just laugh. I did close to 48 hours, not closing my eyes.
So I saw this conversation. First of all, shout outs to every mother out there. Shout outs to every man who stays by their wife 24/7, from the push to the cravings to the how do we call it? Everything. To she beating him when she's trying to push it out, to he preparing pepper soup at dawn. Shout outs to every man. Okay. Now, if we listen to this conversation now, I had to do an external stuff, right? Where I saw somebody making a conversation about what COVID syndrome actually is all about. So COVID syndrome is also known as sympathetic pregnancy. It's a condition in which a man whose partner is pregnant experiences some of the same symptoms and behaviors as expected as the mother. You understand? Okay. It's not a medical disease. It's not a medical disease, or it's not something medical. You understand? But it's more or less like he gets symptoms like vomiting, weight gain or bloating, changes in appetite. That's because you are actually with the person. Just like when people are staying together, sometimes you start, when your friend is falling sick and sometimes you start looking like each other and everything. So basically, that is what it's all about. So now, possible causes, empathy and deep emotional connection with the pregnant partner, anxiety about fatherhood and upcoming changes. So let's bring it down to this statement. I kind of understand his angle that he's coming from. But for a woman who has been in that situation before, she would want to sympathize with the woman. She would want to bring pepper soup. She would want to bring food to the woman that had put him to bed and had the baby. Now, it boils down to the kind of community that you also build for yourself. Yes, your mother will come. Oh, my son, congratulations. So your wife have given birth. But then she wouldn't give you that love, like, because you didn't push it out. She went through
with the woman.
Exactly. Woman, so she wouldn't really give it to you. Now, it boils down to the kind of community men actually are building for themselves. If you have all those friends who say, okay, your wife don't boy, let's go watch Chelsea and Manchester United match, or maybe let's go and drink one beer. That is your community. They don't sympathize with you. But when you have a community, say, oh boy, you done so well, like like congratulations, Charlie, like those kind of stuff. That supportive community also speak. You won't expect the woman's community to come and take care of you at the same time, take care of you, the man, at the same time. It won't make sense. Nobody is disputing that we've got men. Now, this thing actually happens to men who stay with their wives. Back then. It's not every man that goes through this, you understand? The only thing maybe a man, and it's just, I'm going to say sleepless nights, you understand? So we should talk about the fact that sleepless nights. And most of the time, most women are ones who go through the whole sleepless because they're not taking care of the babies. But then, sometimes when a man is so 100% supportive, people like, babe, you know what, sleep, let me take it. He's also going through that process. That's what I say. Shout outs to every man who is very supportive and everything.
Sometimes you feel like men should be strong. Like we see men as
strong. That's what society has said. But society has many like when a child is born, no, you don't cry. You're supposed to be strong. That is who you are. But I think it's okay to teach a boy child and let him know that and you could be vulnerable, you could be this, you understand? But bringing out to this conversation, he has every right to feel that way. But it still boils down to your community, what kind of people you have around you. Because as I said, you wouldn't expect the kind of love they are giving to the woman to be given to you too. That's impossible.
That. I mean, she's the one going through most of the, not all he gets.
She's all had big nose. She had big feet.
She's the one going through a lot of, like, almost all the stress. She's going through a lot. You get, she's the one that accepted to carry your own child. So you should actually appreciate that you get. And even
but it's kind of lovely when the man is like, we are pregnant. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, it's so beautiful when the man say we are pregnant. We are pregnant means you are going to be with me all throughout, be everything and all that. So shout out to the amazing men who are actually there 24/7. Like, you guys are really doing it. We see you. We see your work. We need to start opening baby shower for you people too. And all right, moving on to another story. Woman fakes own kidnap, uses ransom to relocate abroad. Later calls the family to say thanks for supporting my dreams. So a viral story on social media has left many Nigerians amused after a woman allegedly faked her own kidnapping to collect ransom money from her family, only to use the funds to relocate abroad. Now, according to an ex-user who shared the incident, the woman actually earlier asked her relatives for financial help, but was told there was no money. She then staged her abduction, received the ransom, and quietly left the country. The twist came when they reportedly called her family from overseas, confessing that she was never kidnapped and thanking them for supporting her dreams of traveling abroad. The story has sparked a mix of laughter, shock, and debate online about depression and creativity in the face of economic hardship. So first of all, girl, I don't know how to put it, but that was bad.
You know, so
but you won't blame her because she asked them for money. They said they don't have any money.
That's what I wanted to say. See,
so first, wait, before she had died, don't have money for funeral.
Let me say this right before I actually talk about what I want to say. But I'll just say this right. I wouldn't say that she was actually creative altogether, but it's kind of creative, you get. I just feel like, naturally, if this girl came and I was like, mommy, please, I need money I want to travel abroad. My friends are traveling. I also want to travel. Please give me money and all the rest. They will say, I don't have.
They already told that they don't have now.
They will say, I don't have this money. Don't bother me. Stay in your country. Do this, do that, you get. So this lady now decided, okay, let me just do it the way that's... But see, right? Let's be realistic. Right? This is not being creative. actually.
But they can actually put her in jail though.
Yes, because
they can arrest her.
I want to say this, being innovative doesn't, how should I say, there's a difference between being innovative and, how should I even put it? Let me just say this, right? She did not do this particular thing that she did, right, is kind of punishable by law because she put her family through a lot of trauma. And let's just say that the police wasted a lot of resources to look for her if they actually reported the case. You understand? This is not being creative and all of that. She traveled and all the rest and called her family and said,
they could actually request for deportation. They could actually like put her like on the run, criminal or something. Like it's really wrong. Like wrong.
And people saying that that they loved her style, that it was beautiful, she did well and not. This is wrong.
Isabel, shout out to their family. Next time they should have money and help their people.
But what if they actually wanted? Do you know the amount of money they've already wasted? What if they wanted to use it for something?
But they're using it for something now. Moving on to another story, Grace Ofure actually sparked debate after saying 18-year-old should stop living with their parents. So I saw this story, and first thing I was going through my mind is, let's take out strikes in universities and everything. At what age do most Nigeria actually complete school?
Seriously.
Let's take out economic hardship. At what age can a Nigerian actually stand on their feet being alone and be taking care of themselves? I'm just saying. So, Nigerian businesswoman Grace Ofure has actually stirred controversy after stating on one of the podcasts that young people should stop depending on their parents once they turn 18. Now, she actually argued that the 18 individual should start taking responsibility for their lives regardless of their background, saying, if you are not from a rich home, let a rich home come from you. Her comments actually ignited mixed reactions online, with many questioning whether financial independence at 18 is realistic given a Nigerian's current economic situation. Just as I was saying earlier on, you understand? 18 years, yes. As soon as you're 18 years, it's rated that you are an adult. You can either decide to leave the home or decide to stay in your home. Now, at 18 years, let's say you are in your university, strike back to back. At what age would you have time to go and have a skill? In a normal Nigerian settings, you're looking for a job. They'll tell you they want 3 years experience, 4 years experience, 5 years experience. For a person who just completed university after so many strikes in school, when did a person learn to have a skill? When did a person learn to do this? Nigeria economy right now, if you even go to the statistics right now, we are like below. It's bad.
Seriously,
so 18-year-old, if just as she has a point, like what her point is really valid. When she said if you're from a poor home or if you're not from a rich home, let riches come out of it. But the question is, yes, you can start at 18. I don't think you should leave or you should stop depending on. You can depend on your family a little bit, or maybe still live in your family. But then maybe probably she can come from the angle of, but you should be able to start learning a skill or start trying to learn or get a job.
What if the money is not there to learn that skill? See, what works for one person?
If the money is not there to learn that skill, the world right now is very informative. Social media, content creation.
Okay.
You think everybody that is on TikTok, everybody that is on social media space, it was rich and they are gaining.
I get it, yeah.
See, if there's no money, just as that, social media is more or less have a phone or have a laptop and then, or maybe have your enough data. Look for your niche, what works for you. That's another way. You don't need billions to start that business. What other business again? Braiding of hair or something like that. People come online, they learn how to do makeup and stuff. See, I'm not trying to say an excuse of trying to wait till you have 1 million before you go and start. Yes, there's some certain jobs that you have to pay for it, certain courses online. But you can start where you don't need millions to come from, you understand? Now, and that's why I'm still saying that there's nothing wrong with an 18-year-old staying with their parents. And there's nothing wrong with an 18-year-old depending on their parents.
What actually works for one person can just
for 18
be
years, you're still in the university.
Because at the end of the day, it can just be that it could have worked for one particular child. Maybe the person was innovative.
But 18 years, you are still in the university.
Seriously,
they are paying your
secondary school.
Exactly.
Someone in secondary school.
They are still paying your school fees. So why would you tell me that an 18-year is not supposed to depend? They're supposed to fully depend. Maybe if you tell me a 25-year-old, I could kind of understand that. But still in Nigeria, a 25-year-old is still staying with their parents.
You cannot tell, and it's just like you pressuring the child. I'm not saying that at 18 you should not start something, you should not try your best, you understand, but it's kind of like pressuring that child, because the way she said it was, at 18 she was very, very stern with her statement. At 18 you should not be dependent, on your parents, you understand.
I'm trying to imagine the military rule in her home right now. Like, seriously. Maybe at 15 years she started opening an account, or maybe taking the child
because she had the money.
Maybe the child is, or started looking for have a job at 15 years or something. Because she created that foundation for the child and everything.
It's just like, okay, it should just, for example, okay, let me just say a child. For example, there was a time I was trying to get to know how to bake. I was actually learning online. But when the equipment are not there, for me to use and do what I want to do, what happens?
Okay.
You understand?
All
yeah,
right.
so.
Okay, let's move on. We've got a few minutes. We need to wrap up. So, BBNaija Phyna actually denies being beaten in a viral Abuja hotel fight over 200,000 dispute. So, I think a lot of people saw this video. People were sharing their view and everything. So, Big Brother Naija Season 7 winner Phyna has recently involved in a heated altercation at a hotel in Abuja, probably over a 200,000 dispute. Now, a viral video showed her in a physical scuffle. She also sparked online claims that she was beaten. However, Phyna actually refuted other rumors, insisting that she was attacked from behind and that the footage was cropped to twist the story. She also maintained that the person who fought has been injured. The police actually came into the whole matter. We saw a whole stuff going on and everything. According to that, the lady has been stealing from her. Keep it short and simple. What is your take on this one?
Well, I'll just say this, right? Phyna is a public figure. Right, a lot of people look up to her. So anything that she does, people are already ready to just take pictures, record, post, and all this, and twist a lot of things. So I'll just say this: as a public figure, be careful of what you do. You understand? There's a better way she could have handled the situation. From the thing I saw, from the video that was that went viral, right? It was as if they were both fighting. You understand? So I don't think that they maybe, I don't know, but I'll just say this, as a public figure, just be careful of what you do.
So when I checked out her Instagram, from what she was saying that the person that she had a fight with was already in the hospital. But then the person sent thugs to come and attack her.
Okay.
And she was explained further about the story. Now, first of all, a lot of us watch Phyna from BBNaija, and we basically know that this is how she is and this is everything. People share their view and their thoughts and everything. But I'm going to come from the angle of nobody is saying that what happened came true, but you have to push somebody for somebody to do certain things that they do. Yeah. Nobody is saying that the video was right or anything like that. But a part of me also feels like, I think maybe she should just stay away from social media for a while. Now, I don't think she asked me to come and picture her. People were the ones who started the video. Just as you said, you're a public figure. People actually. And then at the same time, this is somebody who is grieving. She's going through a whole lot. Probably she decided that, she's come to rest a little bit and all that. You get me? And then this is what actually happened. This person has been stealing from her, and she feels like, okay, it choked. You know what? I'm tired of it. I need to go. Well, we really can't say we know exactly the story, because we are just talking from whatever. But whatever it is, I just feel like people should learn how to stop provoking people. If you know this person's like this, stop provoking people and everything. But anyway, I'm just praying that the other person recovers, because the person has to recover, Sha. All right, so Lady Ashley sparks debates after saying that she will show up with 2 friends on a first date for safety reasons. So a social media user, it's Alina, actually said reactions online after revealing that she would attend a first date accompanied by 2 of her friends. Okay, and so she also explained that her decision is based on safety concerns, emphasizing that the country is not safe and no one should be trusted. Many users have since shared mixed opinions. While some actually praised her for patronizing safety, others argue that it shows lack of trust and will make dating awkward. So first of all, I'm going to say this: if I was a man and you bring 2 of your friends, what are you bringing 2 of your friends for?
Seriously,
to come and do what? You can bring 1, but you should tell me, you know what, hi, do you know what, I'm coming with a friend of double dates, this kind of stuff. So first of all, you come with, if you're okay, there's nothing wrong, come with 2 of your friends. But if you're coming with 2 of your friends, dinner was supposed to be you and I.
Your friends should stay somewhere.
No, not even that. Okay. Are they going to pay, or am I the one going to pay? Okay. You understand? Okay. Am I going to pay, or you're the one going to pay? Because I said, come out for dinner. I want to get to know you more. 2 is a crowd, 1 is a crowd, 2 is a crowd, 3 is a crowd, all those crowds. So your friends can sit somewhere for your safety. But bringing them on our table, are you going to pay, or am I the one going to pay for that.
But
Some,
are you even sure
in
that
as far
your
as she's
safety
saying that
is
because of
guaranteed
safety.
with the friend, with your friends around? Are you
Thank
even
you.
sure?
See,
Because, sorry, there's how okay, let's just say that in the course of discussing, talking, the man becomes abusive. Let's just imagine that, right? Are you telling me that your friend, if you bring your female friend, they will stand up and come and fight for you? Some of them will won.
what if in the midst of the conversation he now sees your friend more attractive than you are? I'm just saying.
Yes,
You
now it's
understand?
possible.
I just feel like in as much as you're saying safety, always go out in a public environment. Like your first date first, second, third, until you're comfortable, should be in an open space.
Yeah.
If you're going to bring your friends, they can sit somewhere, maybe like 2 seats away from you and your partner. You understand? Which means they can hear the conversation and everything. But to bring them on the same table, that is rude. Also, there's the safety tips. If you are stepping out, take your drinks with you. Don't leave your drinks. There's some certain things that you should just put. But if you're going to bring your friends, let them be like 2 seats away, but don't bring them on the table. Unless maybe you're there.
What I would say is that, right, before you go out with someone, just know who that person is. Because even with your friends, your safety is not guaranteed, right?
Exactly.
Know who the person you're going out with is. Understand that person. You understand. Talk to that person. Chat with the person. Yeah. That's
all
it.
right, so this is the last one. Nigeria head to World Cup playoffs after missing automatic qualification despite 4-0 win over Benin. So the Super Eagles of Nigeria kept their World Cup hopes alive with dominant 4-0 victory over Benin, featuring a hat trick from Victor Osimhen and a late goal by Frank Onyeka. So despite their emphatic win, Nigeria finished second in Group C behind South Africa, who qualified automatically after beating Rwanda 3-0. As one of the best run-ups, Nigeria will now compete in the CAF playoffs in Morocco this November, where they are expected to face Gabon for a spot in the final qualifying round that could secure their ticket to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Did you watch the game? I didn't watch. I was seeing people. One of the reasons I didn't watch is because I had Ghanaian friends who were just ready to roast anybody. You understand? You get me? But the only thing I can say with this is I'm just praying that Nigeria actually qualifies. And then I wish them all the best. And shout out to Victor. He was really the man of the game on that. And everybody, I saw some of the videos where people were like mentioning his name and everything.
Yeah, I watched some parts of the
but I didn't watch the game actually.
Yeah, I actually watched some parts of it.
I decided to take care of myself first.
I actually watched some parts of it. Yeah, exactly. Did well.
All right. Thank you so much, baby girl, for coming through. Really do appreciate it. Coming up next on our main segment, we are celebrating Girl Child. And I already have a guest with me. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.